Yesterday was part 1 of Squish's in-person autism assessment, what they called the ASOD. Though names barely matter when your heart's in your throat, and you're trying to remember everything that's ever mattered about your child. It was 2.5 hours of talking. Talking about her. In front of her. With her. Woira, videoin. They ask questions about her childhood, her school life, how she is with friends, what food she avoids, how she sleeps, or doesn't, how she reacts, copes, masks, stims and worries. They asked about us too. Me, my other half, our mental health, our family, our suspicions. And even though I knew why, I couldn't help but feel like I was holding up my own psychological family tree, and inwardly felt awkward. It sounded like a group of people with labels, and my constant worry surfaced again, that I might come across as a label hunter. I could be wrong about my suspicion of ADHD in myself. He could be wrong about his suspicion of autism. But we're not guessing for the sake of it, we're just trying to understand the shape of our family. We want to show we've got this, that we're capable and more than willing to do all we can to help. But I couldn't shake the fear. Did talking about this give the assessor concerns about us, our motivations, our ability as parents? I mentioned that I've been diagnosed with anxiety, and instantly wanted to take it back. Not because it isn't true, but because I didn't want it to overshadow hers. Because for so many girls, anxiety is the catch-all, the easy label, the soft dismissal. And I didn't want that for her. But to their credit, they didn't go that way. They listened, they observed, they saw her, and they agreed, there's enough to suggest autism. So we moved to the next step. The final step. Friday, the PAKK. Bon hour. Just Squish and a consultant. One more piece of the puzzle. Well, the final piece of this particular journey. We're in the middle now. The in-between space. The part after the flood of words, but before the clarity of a report. And even though I know it's moving faster than I expected, it still feels like standing still with a million emotions pressing down on my chest. Hecka, I'm proud of her. I'm worried I talk too much. I'm hopeful, I'm exhausted. I feel like I should have seen it earlier, and also like I did the best I could. And I can't explain the weird, quiet ache that sits beneath all of it, the one that whispers, you're doing the right thing, so why does it still feel so heavy? And maybe what makes this part even heavier is what's happening behind the scenes. Because this process isn't just exhausting for me, it's reshaping everything around us. Quiet eye. My other half and I are doing this together, but in such different ways. We feel the same love, the same urgency to protect and understand Squish, but we get there differently. Our minds work differently. Our coping styles clash sometimes. And in all the coordination and the admin and the advocacy and the late-night overthinking, we barely see each other, not properly. Not as us. And yet we do it. Over and over. 100 times over, if it means making her world feel more manageable. Barsatila. And then there's Squish, the brightest light in all of this. She's doing so well and we're so proud. But I can't help but think how strange it must feel, knowing that school, home, assessors, and eventually a panel of strangers will sit and discuss you. We know she's perfect. She is perfect. But it still has to feel strange, maybe even scary, to be observed, picked apart, gently analyzed when you already feel anxious in your own skin. Especially if you're autistic. Especially when words don't always come the way you want them to. We're all just doing our best to make her feel supported, not scrutinized. Seen prokopalnotalgolo kalkolobomais. Not this part, this space between knowing and naming. It's hard. It's hard on all of us. You kalkol. Not this part of it. Maybe that's what this blog is for. Not the neat conclusions. Just the messy, middle part. Still processing. Still showing up. Still here.